Oh my gosh, y'all. We are here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone, okay? We are here. So, I would like to welcome everyone to my first reaction and, review of the brand new album from my favorite artist of all time, The Weeknd. His brand new album, Dawn FM, comes out in like 4 minutes, as when I am filming this. In case people are not familiar with me, I go by on here, as the album Wanderer. Now I also go by Violet. I prefer Violet, but it's all good. Going back to August, I think it was August 6th, that Take My Breath came out. It's really interesting, for me. This is the most interesting in a way. I don't know, that's kind of like boring word, just saying interesting. But this is the most interesting YouTube video I feel like I'm ever gonna make, because we go back to August when Take My Breath came out. I was just like a completely different person back then. No, it's not so much that like my life was different, because obviously my life was very different, back then. Because a lot has happened in like 5 months or so since then. But I'm just was like a completely different person then. And I've gone back and just I've watched my reactions again. I can't really watch the whole thing just because sometimes I have a hard time watching myself on camera. But I've gone back to those reactions, specifically the Taking My Breath reaction, and just like, it's just kind of like hit me. And like, no, I don't want to be like too depressing in this intro, but it kind of hit me just how sad I was for so long, and just I just wasn't happy with myself. And I would take it out in like self-harm ways, or sometimes on others, and just it was really, really bad and toxic. And I don't know, like I've really in the last few months just gone through a really big change in my life, and me spiritually and emotionally. Going into this reaction, especially because where we left off with Taking My Breath, and just how different I am as a person. I may not seem like it too much in this video, because obviously this is a Weeknd reaction, and I don't know how I feel about the Weeknd. I don't know, this is the most like myself I've ever felt. And I'm really excited, and not to discredit my other Weeknd reactions, because they're obviously important. It's just that I don't know, this is like the time where like I'm 100% like gonna be myself. That's so exciting to me. And I'm in a much better place than I have been for a very long time. It's been very hard, and granted, a lot of it was stuff that I put onto myself, or situations I caused. And I had to look myself in the mirror really hard and be like, what am I doing with my life? I'm just excited to be here, because because the only thing I've heard from this album is obviously Take My Breath, and I've heard like the tour snippet that was released like back in October, I believe it was, and then I heard the stuff in the trailer for this. I did not watch the tracklist video, just so people know, because I know there was a lot of snippets in that, but I did not listen to that. And I know that at the end of the Take My Breath music video, apparently there's a snippet of the song Sacrifice, I believe I read. I've seen the music video, obviously, but I don't even remember what it really sounded like. So I'm going into this kind of cold. And obviously this is the Weeknd album with the least amount of rollout, if you don't count Your Melancholy. I'm going into this really, blind, but what I do know about this album is like, it's like a sequel in a lot of ways to After Hours. And After Hours, ends in a dark place for Abel. And this album it seems like him kind of coming back more to like how he describes kind of like a light, kind of, it's like a journey for many sounds and many different, vibes, and, kind of going, just, the exit, or like how it ends, is up to us how we interpret it. If it's like a happy or sad, however you want to interpret it. And just, for me, I've gone through a very, like, not to, directly compare to what, the album concept seems to be like, but like, in the last, few months, I've gone through a really intense, like, change in, who I am, and just, I don't know, this is an album that by this artist, and just what I know this album sounds like. It just like it's at a good time. So I would like to thank everyone who is going to join me for this. Obviously, I'm assuming everyone who's watching this has heard the album by now, but I would to thank everyone who is watching this or has supported my content in the past. And if anyone's watching my video for this time, welcome. Glad you're here. And, to all of EXO, again, I say this, and I know everyone in my Weeknd videos, but thank you again for accepting me and welcoming me in to this fandom. It's just meant a lot, so thank you all. But without further ado, let's just get into this album because, oh gosh, we have a new Weeknd album. Oh my God. All right, y'all. The album is out on Apple Music. This is one of my own iPhones, in case people are wondering why my Apple Music looks like this. We really have, again, something else I want to say is that, before we get into this reaction, that just, soak in this moment, y'all, quickly, we have a new album up at the Weeknd, and honestly, just assuming, because he's going to be touring for a bit after this, this rollout, I'm assuming this is going to be our last album from him for a little bit, and so, just, I don't know, I just... I didn't take it for granted when After Hours came out, but again, the fact that we have a whole new album by him out right now is just, amazing. And it's coming out at an amazing time. And so, yeah, but let's just get into it, y'all. Let's just get into it. Dawn FM by The Weeknd, which, by the way, I like the cover art, okay? I do like the cover art. In case anyone was wondering. All right, here we go, y'all. So I'm just gonna play the first two tracks back to back, Dawn FM and Gasoline. All right, so here we go. Let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, that is definitely one of Trick's point ever. But that definitely
listening to 103.5 Dawn FM. You've been in the dark for way too long. What's the rush? Just relax and enjoy another hour of commercial-free music on 103.5 Dawn FM. Stay tuned.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, the freaking... Okay, here we go. Gasoline, the first traditional song. Here we go. Yo, what? That's like a techno film.
It's 5 a.m. my time again. I've sunken up the moon, can't sleep.
Dude, what are those vocals?
It's 5 a.m. my time again. I'm calling you, you know it's me.
No, what?
Around your neck, you love it when I always squeeze.
Oh my fucking god, what? Yo, get out of the way, chair!
I don't want you cause we're all the same.
Yo, what?
I'm trying not to do this wrong thing.
Oh my god! Oh my...
You spin me around so I can breathe. It's so safe. I know you won't let me go.
Oh my god!
And if I finally die in peace,
Oh fuck!
just wrap my body in these sheets.
Oh my
And
god!
pour up the gasoline.
What the god? Oh god!
It don't mean much to me.
Tell me, Mike! Oh my god, Abel!
I'm nihilist. I know there's nothing after this.
What the fuck?
Obsessing on standards, you're some of tenderness. Oh baby, please just hold me close, make me believe there's more to live.
Oh my god, the vocals are amazing!
And pour up the gasoline. Oh,
Yo, yo, oh my, y'all, we are in for a special album. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, one complaint people had with me for my After Hours action is I didn't get deep enough into the lyrics, so I do want to change that because I think that's a valid complaint. So let's get into the lyrics of this song quickly. One thing right off the bat, and you know, you can tell with the Dawn FM intro and now this song Gasoline, that, you know, we were anticipating when we, you know, were hearing about this album, is that it is like addressing the topic of death face on, and that's a topic I'm fine with talking about. It's 5 a.m. my time. First of all, Abel singing it down like in like his like octaves like that was so good. And then when he comes back in the chorus like with his traditional like singing voice and like, dude, like so dope. Okay, so it's 5 a.m. my time again. I'm soaking up the moon, can't sleep. I've been there before, so I feel that. It's 5 a.m. my time again. I'm calling and you know it's me. I'm pushing myself further. I was just trying to feel my heartbeat beat. I wrap my hands around your neck. You love it when I always squeeze. It's 5 a.m. I'm high again, and you can see that I'm in pain. I'm falling into emptiness. I want you because we're both insane. I'm staring into the abyss. I'm looking at myself again. I'm dozing off to REM. I'm trying not to lose my faith. So it's interesting because, you know, he starts off, obviously, Abel's done this a lot before, but, you know, he starts off just painting like such a vivid picture, like lyrically, talking about, it's 5 minute time again, soaking up the moon, can't sleep, he's like in bed, like looking out the window, he can't sleep, he's calling, someone, to comfort him, it seems like, and, he talks about it, because, he says like, you can see I'm in pain, I feel an emptiness, I want you because we're both insane. I'm staring into the abyss and looking at myself again, just sorry, I'm trying to lose my faith, Basically, like, he's trying to keep, like, sort of like his sanity, he's trying to keep, like, this, like, belief in himself and, like, in the world, and, like, everything's gonna, like, be all right, and, keeping this faith there. Clearly, he's connecting with someone else that, let's just, what I'm assuming, is having like a troubled life or lifestyle as well. There's like a connection there. And also, to go back to some of the earlier lyrics, I wrap my hands around your neck. You love it when I always squeeze, which obviously taking my breath that, deals with, that. Again, like he's setting up themes already. Like that's something that Abel does so well, is setting up themes to his projects and the feel of his projects right off the bat. He does an amazing job with it all the time. To continue with the lyrics. And I love it when you watch me sleep, you spin me around so I can breathe. Oh my God, that's so good. It's only safe for you and me. I know you won't let me OD. And if I finally die in peace, just wrap my body in these sheets and pour out the gasoline. It don't mean much to me. Assuming what I'm getting from this is like, he has this comfort, with someone, and they're protective over Abel, and they won't let him OD, they won't let him like die. Let's just say dying from an overdose. They don't want Abel to die like that kind of death. But if he finally dies in peace, just wrap my body in the sheets and pour out the gasoline, it don't mean much to me. Which I don't know if I'm interpreting this the wrong way, but it almost seems like he's essentially just saying like he doesn't care almost how. He dies, but this person, doesn't want him to die. So, it's interesting. It's 5 a.m. I know there's nothing after this. Obsessing over aftermath, apocalypse, and hopelessness. The only thing I understand is zero sum of tenderness. Oh, baby, please just hold me close. Baby, believe there's more to live. Around and around we go in this game called life. We are not free. So it seems like he's just found this almost like he's found like a comfort in like the darkness, which is interesting, because to me, like, Abel's music, especially when you go back to the trilogy, has kind of been like an examination of being having comfort or feeling like happy, not happy, but like feeling like okay in like it's like a toxic or like a sad situation you find yourself in, and just not having belief in yourself or in faith or like in God or just in anything like stuff like existential like that. And it seems like in here he just has like this like kind of like understanding and just like okayness about his fate and like almost like his downfall. And the Fish lyrics, I love it when you watch me sleep, you spin me around so I can breathe. It's only safe for you and me. Don't let me go. I know you won't let me go. Don't you let me go. And if I finally die in peace, oh yeah, okay, just wrap my arm and body in these sheets and pour out the gasoline. It don't mean much to me. Such an interesting song, and dude, with the production, I mean, the beat is so good. It kind of, it has like, this danceability to it with like it kind of reminds me a bit of like somewhat of like some sort of like kind of like techno-y kind of stuff also at the same time. Wow. I mean, I love that. That was fantastic. And this really sets up an interesting album, because again, with the intro, like it's about Jim Carrey's parts about, it's like, accepting your fate and, we'll make it a painless transition. So, this is going to be an interesting album that I think really, like, just goes into it. And, that's one thing I've always loved about Abel. He's so honest in his music. And, people are always like, oh, it's so toxic and stuff like this. But it's like, okay, sure. But, like, at the same time, like, the themes that he explores are so interesting to me. So, yeah, all right. So here we go with track 3. How Do I Make You Love Me? Okay, let's see what this one's about. Alrighty. Oh, my God.
We're going back in time. I'd like to see you try unpacking those tunnels in your mind. I'll fix you mushroom tea and cross the restless sea. Release yourself to sleep, aim for it desperately.
Oh! Yo, the chords! No, drop that shit! Like, we got some little beats coming in. Oh, dude, please drop it, please. Oh, fuck yes. No, listen to the Oh my God.
See the real you, girl, you don't have to hide.
Oh!
Forget about what your daddy said, I'll teach you how to shine.
Oh, Abel disrespected her father.
Desperately.
Oh!
How do I make you love me?
We got a minute left. Oh, dude, this has to be one of Trick's point number. This fucking. Oh, hear that shit? Oh my God. Oh, that's one of Trick's point number. That sounds like shit up a magical LPN. Dude, the fucking kick? Dude, the richness of the fucking kicks and the drums. Oh, dude, wait. I can't wait to hear how this transitions into Take My Breath. Oh, you hear the breaths? Yeah. Oh, breath like Take My Breath, that's why. The breath like take, I can't pause it. That is the best transition I have ever heard. Wait, is this the extended version? Please. Yes, it's the extended version, let's fucking go. No! Dude! That transition was fucking beautiful! Oh! Take my breath, Abel! Take my breath! Oh my God! Okay, because I never talked about this version. Obviously, I love the song, Take My Breath. When I reacted, I love it still. But this extended version is like so huge sounding. Like the original is, but like adding like this extended intro and the extended break, like the breaks, it's so massive, and that's why I love this song so far. It's like the drums are so rich in your face, and the synths are so just like have so much like attack to them, and the way that things rise, like the vocal how it rises, and it builds this atmosphere and these beautiful fucking soundscapes, like while addressing your own like vulnerabilities and like. Oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all know this one. Y'all know it.
I saw the fire in your eyes. You risk it all to feel alive. Yeah. You believe yourself to be that type of person. You say you do this all the time. Yeah.
the answer the album context. So seems like he's in this relationship that is very clearly, you know, a bit intense, to put it like that. And the song is about like sort of almost like Abel getting his first like paranoia about a situation, because before the first two songs, really, besides Dawn FM, it seems like he's like kind of comfortable with the situation that admittedly is a bit, you know, not healthy. And now he's kind of getting his first like trepidations to it on this track almost, because like also this part of the beat, woo, fucking beautiful. But like it seems like this is like the track where, because I know, because obviously there's no song is like, you know, he wants to give in, you know, to like, you know, this girl's fantasies in a way, and like, you know, this open relationship, but like, you know, she wants to have the sensation of like dying. I know there's like an actual term for it, but like I don't remember. He's kind of like, you know, you're too young to die, and like, you know, she's craving that feeling, like the sensation to die. And that's always what I was like, they're talking about death. Hold up. Listen. Perfect timing with the track rising up. So far this album is like him facing death, and this song is about how she wants to feel the sensation of death because that's what she's craving. So you gotta look like... Listen, I don't care what anyone says. I get it. It's toxic. But the songwriting and it's so good. Oh, yes. Dude, the bass line, how it enters in this is so good, too. Context of the album is so good. It's so good. Absolutely incredible. Oh my, yo. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, obviously, I love Take My Breath. Y'all know that, but the song How Do You Make Me Love Me? First of all, those chords, those sim chords, the attack they have and the intensity they have, like, oh my, and they just like go like, oh my god, the way they come in them to be like and they just drop. Oh my god. Okay. Lyric time. We're going back in time. I'd like to see you try unpacking thoughts or tunnels in your mind. Oh my god. Wait, so it's like going down these different paths to like different like things in your, oh my god, that's so good. I'll fix you mushroom tea. It's gone a bit of a trip, baby. Across the restless sea, release yourself to escape reality. Oh, that's good. That's good. It doesn't faze you. I need a breakthrough. I only want what's right in front of me. It's quite unusual, seeking approval, begging for it desperately. I said, how do I make you love me? How do I make you fall for me? How do I make you want me and make it last eternally? Wait a minute. So wait a minute. Oh my god, I just realized something else. He's asking in this song, how do I make you love me? Like how do I make you like, you know, like love me and like want to have me? And so like, you know, he's begging for desperately, you know, he wants what's right in front of him, you know, and like, you know, even if it's like, you know, unusual, he wants it. So then I'll take my breath. She's like, I want you to take my breath and make it last forever. So like, he's like, so he's almost like, so like, it seems like he's like comfortable with like dying, but like, you know, it's kind of like sad death in a way. But then I take my breath, like she wants that feeling, and he's almost like waiting, like, does that, am I interpreting it correctly? I hope I am. I can see the real you, girl. You don't have to hide. Forget about what your daddy said. I'll teach you how to shine. Oh my god, Abel going after the father here. God damn, okay. And all the things you tolerated made you cold inside, but I can light you up again like the embers of a fire. Oh my gosh, okay. And then it doesn't faze you. I want to hear all the lyrics again. And make it last eternally. So then like, I'll take a reference like, make it last forever, babe. Take my breath. Oh my god. That's great. That's great. Oh my god, that's great. Listen, I would love to talk about this a bit more, but I do want to get into the song Sacrifice, which is the very explicit song in the song, by the way. You know, fun fact. This song is the one song I do know a little bit about. This song, I believe, is written by, obviously, Abel, But also Swedish House Mafia, which if y'all know, I love Swedish Mafia, and the Moth to a Flame was one of my favorite Abel collaborations ever. Max Martin, I believe, is on this. I love Max Martin. I know that apparently I'm hearing this, like, the rumors, like, this is gonna be, like, the main, like, single of the album now. That's what I'm hearing. So, I think there was a snippet for this released in, like, in the track list video. I did not watch the track list video, because I knew there were snippets in it. I wanted to save it for, like, for this reaction. Yeah, let's just get right on into this. Okay, Sacrifice, track 5.
I was born in a city where the winter nights don't ever sleep.
Shout out Canada!
This life's always with me. The ice inside my veins will never bleed.
Alright. Oh! No! The ice in my veins will never bleed, so you can't get rid of the cold like the coldest are. Amazing!
You that I'll never leave. Always sacrifice. Your love for more than all.
What?
I try to put up a fight. Can't tie me down. I don't wanna sacrifice.
Oh, the way like the chords like do. Oh, so good!
Hold you through the toughest parts.
Oh, the pause there! Oh, it comes the
Cause life is still worth living. Feelings, don't be out there, touch your feelings. Cause always sacrifice.
Abel is fucking cold on this album, goddamn! Dude, the vocal manipulations on this album. Yo, dude, this sounds like Kid Slam with the upper register and the way. Oh, the way it slowed down when it got into Tail by Quincy, the man himself, Quincy Jones. Before we get into that, oh my god, okay, that was, dude, this album is like, oh my goodness. Okay, so I was born in a city where the winter nights don't ever sleep again. Shout out Canada, good old Toronto, good old Ontario. So this life's always with me. The ice inside my veins will never bleed, dude. That is so brilliant. I mean, like. Because, like, you know, it's like when the winter nights don't ever sleep, so this light's always with me. You know, it's always in my veins. So, like, the coldness with me, it never leaves me. It's a part of me. Like, you gotta accept that. It's great. Every time you try to fix me, I know you'll never find that missing piece. When you cry and say you miss me, I lie and tell you that I'll never leave. But I sacrifice your love for more of the night. I try to put up a fight. You can tie me down. I don't want to sacrifice for your love. I try. I don't want to sacrifice, but I love my time. So, you know, clearly, you know, he's in this relationship, this situation again where, you know, he's having, you know, and, you know, this is really where he's starting to have, like, the trepidations works, because, like, taking a breath kind of, like, first introduces, like, his sort of, like, I don't know about the situation, got a feelings. And so, like, you know, now he's, you know, like, you know, exploring himself again. Like, I have this coldness in me, and, like, you can't fix me. Like, there's no part of me that you can't have the missing piece with me. You know, by sacrifice your love for more of the night, I try to put up a fight, can't tie me down. I don't want to sacrifice for your love. I try not to sacrifice, but I love my time. So it's like almost like, so if I'm reading this correctly, it's like he doesn't want to sacrifice who he is for her, like for this person's love. So like, you know, like I gotta something like comfort him or like try to fix him or something like that. And he doesn't want that. If I remember that correctly. I hold you for the toughest parts when you feel like it's the end, because life is so worth living, because life is so worth living. So, like, he knows life is worth living, but, like, he doesn't, like, maybe feel that from himself. It's interesting, okay? I can break you down and pick you up and fuck like we are friends. But don't be catching feelings. Don't be out here catching feelings, okay? Because I sacrificed your love for more of the night. I try to put up a fight, can't tie me down. And again, just repeats the lyrics again. Oh, baby, I hope you know that I try to be, hope know that I love my time. I don't want to sacrifice, and I want to. I try. I don't want to sacrifice, but I love my time. That is such an interesting song. That's good, dude. The freaking funk kind of flair it has there is so good too. That's great. That's really good. All right, next up, this one I'm interested in hearing. A Tale by Quincy, the legend, one of the greatest musicians of all time, Quincy Jones. All right, so this might be just like a spoken word thing. I'm not really sure. It's 1 minute and 36 seconds long, but let's get right into it. Here we go.
Looking back now, I didn't know what it was supposed to be. And it's like raising kids, man. If you weren't raised, you don't know how to raise, you know? I just did the best thing I could with them because they know fucking well I love them. But I did to do the best I could. My mother get put in a straitjacket and taken out of my home when I was only 7 years old. She was diagnosed with dementia precox and put in a mental institution, leaving my daddy along with me and my little brother Lloyd. I later had an evil stepmother who further cemented the idea that I didn't need a mother. Growing up without one had long-lasting effects I didn't fully understand until much later in life. But it was also totally subconscious. Looking back is a bitch, isn't it?
Maybe like that. Oh, that beat for out of time sounded good, but before we get into that, wow, that was great. So again, it's like a spoken word piece by Quincy Jones. I won't get like into like everything here because obviously this is very, very like personal. I don't want to like, it seem like I'm trying to like romanticize it for the sake of like how it connects to the album. Just the honesty of someone who is such a legend and is one of the greatest musicians of all time. And just the honesty there and like the reflecting of it. And again, at the end, like, looking back as a bitch, isn't it? Yeah, because like, you have like this regret and like, you see where like your habits start to form and like, that's interesting. It almost seems like the one thing I'll say how it connects to this album is like reflecting on like who you are and like what shaped you to be the way you are. And like, when it kind of hits you like, oh no, like, what am I doing? Like, that's kind of what I'm getting from this, and how it connects to the album. That's great. Shout out to Quincy Jones for that. That was great. And again, like just to be that honest about your life and what's happening is, not easy. And so, I hope people like appreciate just like how like vulnerable that was. Also the production on it, that was pretty cool too. It didn't like overbear too much with like what he was saying, which is good for like spoken word. But the production like wasn't boring at the same time though, so it was good. All right, out of time. I heard the beat of this, so I want to hear how this the song goes. Here we go. Okay, we're slowing it down a little. I see. Okay. Yeah.
The last few months I've been working on me, baby.
Okay.
There's so much trauma in my life. I've been so cold to the ones who love me, baby. I look back now and I realize. Remember when I held you? You met me with your drowning eyes to stay you down, but I'm out of time. Sorry, I'm there for you, but I'm out of time. Sorry that I'm here for you, but I'm out of time. Remember when I held you? You met me with your drowning eyes to stay.
Drowning eyes.
Secret I didn't tell you. I'm there for you, but I'm out of time. Sorry that I'm here for you, but I'm out of time. Said I'm doing to make you mine. Out of time. Ooh, see, out of time. Said I had you to myself, but I'm out of time.
Don't you dare touch that dial, because like the song says, you are out of time. You're almost there, but don't panic. There's still more music to come before you're completely engulfed in the blissful embrace of that little light you see in the distance. Soon you'll be healed, forgiven, and refreshed, Free from all trauma, pain, guilt, and shame. You may even forget your own name. But before you dwell in that house forever, here's 30 minutes of easy listening to some slow tracks on 103.5 Dawn FM.
You know, I'm just smiling so much because like that song, like the that 80s style that it has, and like that like love sort of like ballady kind of like sense it has to the production, just the feeling of it is just so much like the music I was raised on. You know, it was music that my mother was raised on. Like that's the music my dad fell in love with back in the 80s, and that you know, my father, you know, got me into, and just like, wow, that's a great song. And the way that it ties into a Tale by Quincy is so interesting, actually. And that was a great, like, you know, sort of like intro to how this song represents, you know, Abel and going through his trauma. To get to lyrics, the last few months I've been working on me, baby. There's so much trauma in my life. I've been cold to the ones who loved me, baby. So again, like, you know, he takes this like coldness that he, you know, he acknowledges about himself, and, you know, is now focusing on it and being like, okay, this is like not good. You know, I look back and I realized, and I remember when I held you, you begged me with your drowning eyes to stay. And I regret I didn't tell you. Now I can't keep you from loving him. You made up your mind. Say I love you, girl, but I'm out of time. Oh my God, that is so good. Say I'm there for you, but I'm out of time. Say that I'll care for you, but I'm out of time. Say I'm too late to make you mine, out of time. So like, you know, he's acknowledging, you know, that he's working on himself, and he, you know, wants this person, you know, it seems like, and, you know, that regret of like, you know, not, you know, keeping them, you know, now they're on to someone else. You know, I say I love you, but, you know, I'm out of time, and, you know, I'm there for you, but I'm out of time, you know, so I'm too late to make you mine, I'm out of time. You know, because if you mess up just a little, baby, you know my line. If you don't trust him a little, then come back, come back, girl, come right back. Give me one chance, just a little, baby, I'll treat you right, and I'll love you like I should have loved you all the time. This is really good. And, you know, this is lyrically, I think, one of the best songs so far on this album, because, you know, he's talking about, you know, he's been working on himself so much, and, you know, how now he has this regret of, like, you know, how, you know, he treated, you know, his pastor and romantic partner, and, you know, wanting them back, and, you know, and to, you know, make up, you know, for the last time in a way, but, you know, it was out of time. You know, a lot of times that happens a lot in life. And, you know, he's like, listen, if, you know, they mess up, you know, where I am, you know, I'm still open, you know, so, you know, you coming back. You know, again, talks about, I remember when I held you, baby, you begged me with your drowning eyes. So it's like, you know, drowning eyes, like drowning, this overwhelming sense of like emotion of this person. You know, they're so like, they have like a hold on you in a way, like, you know, you're drowning, and like, you know, they're holding, like they're feeling. And I regret I didn't tell you, but now I can't keep you from loving him. You made up your mind. Oh man. And the Jim Carrey part, don't you dare touch that dial, because like the song says, you are out of time. You're almost there, but don't panic. There's still more music to come before you're completely engulfed in the blissful embrace of that little light you see in the distance. Soon you'll be healed, forgiven, and refreshed, free from all trauma, pain, guilt, and shame. You may even forget your own name. Oh God, that part right there really hits me too, personally. But before you dwell in that house forever, here's 30 minutes of easy listening to some slow tracks on 103.5 Dawn FM. That's great. That's brilliant. That's great, because, you know, it kind of brings back in the themes of the album again to the listener, and kind of keeps that like radio vibe kind of thing going. That's great. That's great. Next up, here we go again, featuring one of my favorite artists of all time, Tyler, the Creator. I am so excited to hear this song. I love Tyler, and I obviously love Abel, so I am very interested in hearing how this sounds. So far, how this album sounds, like, this is the album that, like, Tyler, the Creator should definitely be on. So here we go. I can't wait. Here we go.
Hey everyone, I'm extremely sorry to intrude out of nowhere with this voiceover, but I have a bit of bummer, bit of news here to share. So unfortunately, my reaction here to Here We Go Again, every single time I've tried to upload this video until now in this voiceover, this part of the video is not only getting copyright claimed, but it's also getting blocked by UMG. I genuinely don't know why it's just this song that is, but for some reason it is, and I've looked, and they're only allowing me to keep, like, 10 seconds of it, but, like, really, like, random parts, so I'm just gonna do this voiceover instead. I'm extremely sorry. I don't know why it's this song only. The rest of the reaction is completely fine. But again, the song, I don't know why this part's getting blocked with the audio of the song, so I'm really sorry. I guess to get commentary right here, Abel's going in with the vocals, and I loved, obviously you can tell him reminiscing and stuff. Oh, and now we got Tyler's verse, and I was extremely excited as I'm a huge Tyler Creator fan. Yeah, no, so it really is unfortunate that I can't, keep the original audio in here. So yeah, again, I am really, really sorry about this, and I'm sorry to just do this really random voiceover over it, but I'd rather do this, honestly, a voiceover, than having it be really choppy and people who watch the video be like, why was it so choppy? I'd rather just explain what's going on. And yeah, again, the rest of the reaction is fine, and thank you to everyone who's watched so far, and I hope y'all are enjoying it. And yeah, so again, I'm really sorry again, but hopefully you can enjoy the rest of the reaction. And yeah, much love.
Wow. That was good. That was really good. That was different than what I was expecting, but like in a good way. That was definitely that was good. Okay, so strike a pose with my kinfolk. Front page of the billboard, suit and tie and cigar smokes. Shots to the burned throats. We still celebrating Super Bowl. Catalog looking legendary. Ring froze like it's February. EXO, that's a mercenary. A quarter bill on an off year. Just flex on us, Abel. Just do it. I'll allow you to do it. Used to sing on lofts. Oh, yep. But now we cruising on a yacht. We clear dude, Abel coming in with the Mars. And dude, just like the way that like he he finds like his pocket on the song is like so cool. Like with that ambiance and like those chords and just like this sort of like magical, like kind of like sparkly sort of like flair kind of has to it. Yeah, said you wanted your boyfriend, jealous of a couple pics. He didn't expect to fall for me once you got this dick. The city dark, city dangerous. Your girlfriend's trying to pair you with somebody more famous, but instead you ended up with someone so basic. Faceless, someone to take your pictures and frame it. Oh my god, Abel. Dude, I had some people tell me that like Abel kind of sounds like he's going back to his roots on this, and I was like, okay, I'm interested in hearing what people want, because I knew the sound of it wasn't going to be like, like a trilogy or Kiss Lab, but lyrically, like, yeah, I definitely agree. And my new girl, she a movie star. I loved her right. Make her scream like Ned Campbell. Absolute bars. Scream, shout out. The new Scream film comes out in a week, by the way, so can't wait to see that. But I make her laugh. Swear it cures my depressing thoughts. Because baby girl, she a movie star. I told myself that I'd never fall, but here we go again. Ooh, here we go again. Life's a dream because it's never what it seems. Obviously great. But you'd rather fall in love and lost with tears than never love at all. So here we go again. Just like the themes of just like staying in these habits of yours and just being so like, obviously like depressive with it, and just like, so here we go again, like, oh, so great. And then obviously, so then here we go, Tyler's verse. Although this love is strong to me, some things can change, go wrong with me. We don't know how it's going to be. Forever is too long to me. We don't need the government involved because we like to touch. We don't need no damn religion telling us what that we in love. But if we did crush down the road, spending lawyer fees up. Pen and pack, go and save my ass if these feelings freeze up. You go and sign this prenup, you're gonna sign this prenup. And like, I know Tyler before has talked about like, he's not really like interested in marriage as of right now. So I'm assuming this is kind of like, what this is all about. Kind of like, relates to, Abel's kind of like saying, could go wrong, so I'm kind of good like that. Good verse. Oh, here we go again, Life's a Dream. Okay, all great. And then dude, these like radio parts, the number one station of 3-year-old Dawn 103.5. So good. It kind of reminds me again of how like Tyler on Cherry Bomb on the song Blow My Load at the end, like he kind of does that kind of same part where transition to the next song. And like, there's obviously of course ever like radio inspired albums like FM by Vince Staples, or Magic One Chicks Whenever by One Chicks Whenever. Yeah, that's a good song. That's really good. Now we got the next song, Best Friends. All right, I am interested in hearing what this song sounds like. So here we go. It's the knife track. Here we go. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, those chords?
Oh.
Okay.
All things you want, I'm not looking for. You're my best friend. You're my best friend now. Oh, best friends now. You don't wanna have sex as friends no more.
No friends of benefits then, no.
What we got, baby, what we got is you can't get enough of toxic love. It's hard to survive things you want. I'm not looking for tearing apart. I love you so, but we can't get close. You're my best friend now. You're my best friend now. Best friend now.
Okay, so that's the snippet from that. I just wanted to hear how that transition sounded because I didn't want to pause until like I knew what it was. Okay. Okay, so that's the snippet from like the trailer for the album. Okay. So Best Friends. Okay, that was a pretty good song, I'd say. Very interesting lyrically too. To get into it, oh, what we got, baby, what we got is secure. Been a part of toxic love, it tore us apart. Things you want, I'm not looking for. My best friend, I'm my best friend now. Oh, I don't want to be responsible for your heart if we fall, because I'll get clumsy and tear it apart. I love you so, but we can't get close. You're my best friend, I'm my best friend now. Oh, I love it when we climax, and I'll never burn you. I could never hurt you. If we do it like that, don't try to take it further. Focus on the friendship, getting a little sidetracked, catching little feelings. Thought we had arrangements. Thought you weren't like that. Yeah, I thought you weren't like that. Sex, oh, friends no more. Sex as friends, no. You don't want to have sex as friends no more. Friends no more. Ooh, friends no more. Sex as friends no. You don't want sex friends no more. Ooh, ooh, ooh. What we got? Oh yeah, baby, what we got is secure, but apart. Sex, love, tore us apart. Okay, so then he says at the end, because I got to response. I don't want to be responsible for your heart if we fall, because I'll get clumsy and tear it apart. I love you so, but we can't get closer. My best friend, our best friend now. So what I'm getting from this is just like, you know, they had this like toxic love before, you know, he's finally come like, you know, to terms with that, or like acknowledging that. And so, you know, he wants to kind of just be friends and just be best, like, you know, best friends, you know, like they want to be like, you know, almost like just as close, but like they don't want to go, he doesn't want to go into like that kind of feeling. But now, you know, she doesn't like, you know, want to do that, you know, doesn't want to be as close now because there's not the same like intimacy to it, I kind of would assume, you know, because he doesn't want to like hurt them, you know, because he knows that like he's not capable of like having like a healthy relationship, you know, because it's toxic. So he just wants to kind of doesn't want to have that responsibility on him. You know, things you want, I'm not looking for, you know, I'm not searching. You know, he doesn't want that. So, you know, we're best friends now, but at the same time, like, you know, she doesn't want that. Yeah, that's really good. And the production on that was also pretty good. I do the drums, this, like the kick and the oomph they have, so good. Obviously, the synth work on this is absolutely gorgeous. So now, is there someone else? This one I'm interested in hearing. This was the one that was in the very end of the teaser, the trailer for the album. So let's just get right into it. Track 10. That vocal sample is good. You do those little like says like you hear those like oh that's little synth rise. Okay, the pad.
I know that you're hiding something from me that's been close to yours. Now felt it creeping up every day, baby, right from the start. I know, didn't know if you hurting him or you hurting me. If I ain't with you, I don't wanna be. Is this someone else you love? Ooh, oh no. I don't deserve someone loyal to me. Don't you think I see? Forever. Oh, is there someone else or not? 'Cause I wanna keep it close. You hurting me. If I ain't with you, I don't wanna be. Is there someone else or not?
Oh, that like synth that kind of comes in like. Oh, dude, that was good. That was good indeed. Okay, so this one's also really interesting. This whole album is very interesting lyrically. I mean, all Weeknd albums, in my opinion, are own projects, but this one's very interesting. Okay, so I know you're hiding something from me that's been close to your heart, and I felt it creeping up every day, baby, right from the start. I know that I know that look you give when we're fighting because I used to be the one who was lying. That's great. That's good. Obviously, the thing is like, she's lying, and he knows that because he used to be that way. It's like he's recognizing like traits, and that's interesting because like at the beginning of the album, like on Gasoline, like we're both like insane, and so like there's that connection there, but now it's like it's becoming like toxic again, and he recognized those traits because he used to be the one who was lying. Oh, is there someone else or not? Because I want to keep you close. I don't want to lose my spot because I need to know if you're hurting him or you're hurting me. If I ain't with you, I don't want to be. Is there someone else or not? Ooh, or not? So again, like these like this like insecurity about it in a way is coming out. And this like now this is not a comfortable situation, because he doesn't feel like he has like the honesty of this person anymore. I don't deserve someone loyal to me. Don't you think I see it? I don't want to be a prisoner to who I used to be. So I swear I change ways for the better, because I want to be with you forever. So that's an interesting verse. So I don't want someone loyal to me. Don't you think I see it? And I don't want to be a prisoner to who I used to be. So he doesn't think he deserves someone loyal to him, like someone who is gonna be there for him or love him for like who he is. And he doesn't want to be a prisoner to who he used to be, like that toxic nature of his life, or this like sort of like sad, depressing, and maybe like abusive side of his life. I started changing ways to the better because I want to be with you forever. So changing himself for someone else, but obviously that can be unhealthy, and because you should change for yourself, but of course and sometimes you want to change yourself to better a situation with someone. Oh, is there someone else or not? Because I want to keep you close. Someone who's a spot, this and that. Someone else or not. So again, like now really it's starting to question this situation, and now kind of like questioning like his own motives in a way. Also at the same time, it's like I don't want to like go back to this and that. And so, wow, this album is like again just like the more that Abel makes music, I feel like the more like honest he gets. And he's always been honest, but he just, as he keeps going on, like After Hours, I was so taken aback by a point, if you go back to my reaction for it, because it was so honest, and he always was on, but like it was just so like vulnerable. And I'm feeling this again here and again, just like, of course it has that like very classic Weeknd sound lyrically and style, while bringing in all of these sounds that he grew up with, and just recontextualizing them for like the modern day in his own style, and it's great. So yeah, so this I know transition is Starry Eyes, that beautiful synth. So let's play this next track 11, Starry Eyes.
I only met you in my dreams before. When I was young and alone in the world, you were there when I needed someone to call my girl. And now you're all reality. And I want so.
Oh, the bass!
Oh,
the bass line?
I should have told. Let me be there.
Wow. I think that's one of my favorite songs in this album, honestly, so far. That was like very ambient and like very like melancholy, sort of in a way. To get into the lyrics, because this one I really want to get into lyrically. I only met you in my dreams before, and I was young and alone in the world. You were there when I needed someone to call my girl, and now you're my reality, and I want to feel you close, but you're defeated, baby, broken, hurt, and suffering from a shattered soul. Oh, whoa, a shattered soul. Oh, let me be there. Let me be there for your heart. Let me be there. I can't be there until you're whole. You weren't touched by a man in so long, because the last time it was way too strong. Let me be there. Let me be there for your heart. Let me love you. Let me love you like you need, and I'll make it. Make my responsibility. I'll be there every step of the way. I'll get you back on your feet. Let me love you. Let me love you like you need, and you can kick me to the curb. It's okay, baby. I promise that I felt worse. Back then, I was starry-eyed, and now I'm so cynical. Baby, break me. Kick me to the curb. Oh. Back then, I was starry-eyed. Oh my God. It's a callback to, like, Lonely Star. Because, like, you could, like, and, like, also, like, on the song Montreal, like, you could have been that lonely star if we just went, oh my God, that's a good callback. That's a really good callback. So this one's interesting, like, he talks about how, like, he met this person, like, only, like, in his dreams before, when he was young and, like, alone in the world, and, that had that comfort, there when, he needed someone, and now it's a reality. And, he wants to be close, but also at the same time, like, she's, hurting, and, they're both kind of like, suffering, because they have, like, shattered souls and stuff. So he's like, let me be there for your heart, and be there, I can be there until you're whole, to help, like, her heal, and, like, the help, and it's really interesting on the album, too, because the whole album is kind of, like, healing, and, like, going for your trauma and pain, and, like, facing it, to me, honestly, like, Abel talked about, like, in an interview, like, this album, like, it might be interpreted a bit differently. Like, is it sad, or is it like, comforting? To me, and like, I find him more comforting in a weird way because he's just so like head on facing his emotions. And to me, like, that's the only way you can really heal from trauma, not to get too personal, but like, for me, like when I've, gone through a lot of, stuff, even as of recently that I really affected me, and some stuff I would go as far as say is, traumatic. The only way I've been really able to move forward with it and become strong and, become more, comfortable and confident in myself and become more happy with myself is just, you have to face it head on, That's what this whole album, like, kind of, like, sounds like in a way to me, but also dealing with, the regular themes that we can usually deal with in terms of, like, relationships and stuff like that. In this song, he's like, just let me love you like you need, and I'll make it, make my responsibility. I'll be there every step of the way, get you back to your feet, let me love you like you need. So, like, trying to help someone, like, face their own demons and face their own soul and become whole again. Then at the end, he's like, you can kick me to the curb. It's okay, baby, I promise I felt worse. Back then I was starry-eyed, and now I'm so cynical. Baby, break me, kick me to the curb. Oh, so like, he's like, so this is interesting. I will say this album is going to take a few listens for me to fully be able to kind of digest it in a way, because lots of like conflicting themes and emotions going on, which is not a bad thing, conceptually, but just, for me, it's gonna take me a little listens, I will admit, to kind of grasp all of what's going on here. And After Hours was the same way also. And so, yeah, very interesting. I promise before, it's kind of like being like, it's okay if like something goes wrong, like you can blame it on me, like kick me to the curb. I felt worse, like I'll take the blame so you can feel better. Back then I was starry-eyed, and now I'm so cynical. Baby, break me, kick me to the curb. Like, oh, wow. That's a great song, and dude, the ambience of it and the soundscape and like that doo-doo-doo and like the rising and the bass line, and just like, if you don't know me, I love like ambient music, I love soundscapes, I love like drone music, and just, I love like, like bass lines, all that stuff, it's great in my opinion. And so hearing him make a song like that is amazing. Yeah, that's a great song in my opinion. That's definitely one of my favorite songs on this album so far. All right, next up we have one of the tracks I'm most interested to hear. Every Angel is Terrifying. Love the song name. So let's get into this. This is track 12. Here we go. Oh, this is from the album trailer. Okay, dude, the attack on that stick, just like it. Oh, and you're woo! It's so menacing and dark. Oh my goodness. Woo! And they continue to like on Rio. Oh.
Who, if I cried out, would hear me among the angels' order? Even if they pressed me against their heart, I'd be consumed.
Whoa.
Every angel is terrifying.
We go in like multiple directions right now.
sexy, euphoric, provocative, edgy, thought-provoking.
What in the world is going on?
Technically and visually stunning. A compelling work of science fiction. A suspenseful expose.
It sounds like a radio
Never seen it
commercial.
before. The exotic, bizarre, and beautiful world of Afterlife. And this is your invitation to enter. Critics say Afterlife makes your current life look like a total comatose snooze fest. The future of everyone's fate. Nigel and Fred call it.
That's great.
Classic.
That is great. That's great.
Don't say warning.
Wow.
The wait is over. Call 1-800-414-4444. That's 1-800-444-4444 now to order Afterlife. $4.95 plus. Now. To order Afterlife plus $3.79 shipping and handling.
Plus shipping handling. That is hilarious. I'm just gonna pause it there because I'm assuming it's gonna transition to the next song. Oh my god, that is okay, that was amazing. So at first it starts off with like, you know, like this, like, you know, the ambiance again, that soundscape, and so like, so if I cried out, would you hear me among the angels' order? Even if they pressed me against their heart, I'd be consumed. For beauty is the terror we endure, while we stand in wonder, we're annihilated. Every angel is terrifying. You want to know what I think of when I hear something like this? Every angel is terrifying, and I'm not just saying this because I'm wearing a Twin Peaks like hoodie right now. But at the end of the film Twin Peaks Firewalk with Me, it kind of deals with like angels in a way, and like the comfort like angels can bring, but like they can be like kind of like terrifying in a way. It depends how people interpret it. For beauty is the terror we endure, so like coming out stronger from some like type of like, you know, terrifying situation and like coming out like brighter. While we stand in wonder, we're annihilated. So like kind of like lost in a fight, you're like annihilated by these thoughts, so every angel is terrifying. That's interesting. Okay. And then this like commercial thing about the afterlife, like I won't read the whole thing, but like a suspenseful expose, a cinema like you've never seen it before, the exotic, bizarre, and beautiful world of Afterlife. And this is your invitation to enter. And then the critics say Afterlife makes your current life look like a total comatose snooze fest. That is the future of everyone's fate. Nigel and Frank call it a fucking classic. That is amazing. And then like the shipping at hand, that's great. I love that. That just it just goes in so many different directions there. Yeah, that was great. I liked it. It was weird, but I like the weirdness of it. All right, next up we got track 13, Don't Break My Heart. I'm just in hearing this one since. Here we go. Oh. Okay.
I see you drowning in the purple lights. Dark shining bright. I see your eyes on you. You snatch my soul, I'm crucified. I feel paralyzed. I'm so mesmerized by you. Just don't break my heart. Don't
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I'm Paralyzed, let's go. So something that I love is like it was kind of singing down like the octave a bit in some of these tracks, which I love that. Like I really love like his deeper register. Obviously, I love his regular singing voice is obviously fantastic, but I like it when he kind of like switches up. That's something about this album is like there's like some like vocal manipulation on this album, which makes sense because if you go and listen to an album like Magic, One Tricks by Never, like One Tricks by Never is kind of like famous for when he does use the vocals that are very like manipulated. So I'm assuming part of that is like inspiration from that. Oh, to get into the lyrics, I see you drowning in the purple lights. Shout out to Purple. Purple is my favorite color. Shout out to Purple. Diamonds shining bright. I see every ice on you. You snatch my soul. I'm crucified. I feel paralyzed. I'm so mesmerized by you. But I know you're right for me. Ecstasy. I keep coming back for more. I think that you would die for me. Destiny. And this time I know for sure. Just don't break my heart. Don't let me down, please. Don't you break my heart. I don't know if I can take it anymore. So like he finds this new situation, I assume, this new person that he's in love with or infatuated with, and like he knows what they're right for them. He feels like the ecstasy type feeling, and it feels like this aliveness and this and you're like, ooh, like I'm feeling connected to this person, but like don't break my heart because I can't take it anymore. I've been let down too many times. I've been down this road and this heartbreak too many times. I'm too broken for it. It says I can't take another heartbreak or I'll end it all. Oh god, I didn't see that for gosh. Okay. And the girl I used to love, we broke up in the club and I almost died in the discotheque. And again, like, with those lyrics, this album is just covering the concept of death and now in a way like suicide, just head on, just the idea of like the end. The album is interesting because like, again, like it's facing the concept of death and just like the heartbreak and just like, I can't take anymore. And I'm trying to heal from it. Like I can't take another one, And again, like, and the girl used to tell me broke up in the club and I almost died in the discotheque. That is interesting. And I know she wasn't right for me. Enemy, shout out to the song Enemy. I kept coming back for more. I'd rather you would die for me. Destiny. And this time I know for sure, just don't break my heart. And of course again, and then he says, I believe the liquor's talking. I just need the room to stop. Okay. And I could be the one you want, just as long as you don't break my heart. So again, like the liquor's talking. These thoughts are just like going out of control. Like the room, he just needs the room to stop. Like in a way, like the room's like spinning, or like just thoughts are just coming out of nowhere. Like he can't like control them. It's just like spewing out of him. And this like little like part here. And I realized when I kissed your neck that the room is hot. I can taste your sweat. It's just you and I in the discotheque. But don't you worry. Just don't break my heart. Let me down, please. Just don't you break my heart. I don't know if I can take it anymore. Don't break my heart. I'm falling apart already. God, don't you break my heart. I don't know if I can take it anymore. It's such a wow, like really, just like very like vulnerable track. But again, just like has this like dance, style to it, and talking about like stuff, broke up in a club and almost died in the discotheque. Just all this stuff. I mean, just. Wow, that really good track in my opinion. Yeah, and the production on it, just like again, just like the thump it has, and just like the attack and the soundscape of the synths. Again, like I don't repeat myself a lot, but just the production's great. Okay, next up we have a track that I am extremely excited to hear this. I Heard You're Married featuring Lil Wayne. Yes, Lil Wayne is on an absolute tear right now with features. Obviously, this is my opinion, one of the best hip-hop artists of all time, and I'm really excited to hear this. And I do think the Weeknd and Lil Wayne actually do work really well together in Fury, so I'm interested to hear on this album, because this is not the typical like sounds this album has that I would anticipate like a Lil Wayne and Weeknd collaboration happening. I know they've collaborated in the past, but like I'm interested in hearing it like again like nowadays. So here we go. I Heard You're Married. Oh. Yo, Lil Wayne's on this. What? Okay.
This shit ain't fly, bitch. Can't be your pilot, can't be your private. Make me your obvious. If I ain't your husband, I can't be your hybrid. I heard you married. I bet he treat you like Virgin Mary. You like it dirty, and I'm dirty Harry. I thought we was some lovers, canaries. My love on the line, but the love at. You walk down the aisle, I can make you run back. Like fuck that, but the love at. Tell hubby I kill him, no hubcap.
Break that air. That was very that was very interesting. Okay, so lyrically, let's go do it first. The way you hypnotized me, I could tell you've been in control. You manifest this, but girl, I blame myself. Things I should have known. The whispers that I hear are blowing through my ears. These words I need to hear from you. I know this is a fling, but you're hiding someone's ring. Bars, let me tell you. It hurts to think I'm sharing you. Ooh, I heard your Mary girl. I knew this was too good to be true. I heard your Mary go. Ooh, god damn. Oh my goodness. Okay. Obviously, that's horrible. Not lyrically, I'm just saying the obviously the situation itself. Oh my goodness. If you don't love him, no, then do yourself a favor and just leave him. Your number in my phone, I'm gonna delete it. Girl, I'm way too grown for that deceiving. Because I don't play. Now, I'm sure you have your issues and your reasons. But why are you even with him if you're cheating? Oh my god. God, this reminds me of I just went to the theater to see the new restoration of a very famous film, The Apartment by Billy Wilder, and this kind of reminds me of some gossips in that film. I'm just thinking about that because I just saw that film. It's an amazing film, by the way. And I thought you were someone that I could be with, and it kills me that I'm sharing you. Oh, I heard your marigold, the whole thing again. I can be with you. Oh my goodness. Okay, the Lil Wayne verse. Here we go. Can't be your side bitch. That shit ain't fly, bitch. Can't be your pilot, can't be your private. Make me your obvious. If I ain't your husband, I can't be your hybrid. Oh my god. I heard you're married. I bet he treats you like Virgin Mary. You like it dirty, and I'm Dirty Harry. I thought we were lovebirds, canaries. Bertolleri! Shout out to the Celtics. Y'all see Lucky right there in the background. Shout out to the Celtics, even though they kind of suck right now. The Knicks loss was heartbreaking. But anyways, I mean, many losses have been heartbreaking recently for the Celtics. But anyways, shout out to Bird like Larry. Yeah, shout out to the Boston, y'all. But I can't fuck with you. You put my love on the line and then hang up on you. That's a long kiss goodbye. I gotta tongue kiss you. Ooh, when doves cry, wink at enough tissue. I'm still in love with you. Where the love at? You walk down the aisle. I can make you run back. Like, fuck that. Where the love at? Tell hubby I'll kill him. No hubcap. That is good in my opinion. I like that. That's what I expect from Lil Wayne. Just the references and I like it. I think it's good personally. I get it if people don't like it. I totally get it. But I Lil Wayne just that was good in my opinion. That is different than what I was expecting, honestly. But I really like it. I really like it. The production and just like the catchiness of it, and like I can't be oh my god, and the breakdown of points, and just again the concept. Obviously, it's not the most stupid thing, again, it's like, you're deceiving me, like you literally lied to me, like you're married, like you didn't tell me I'm your number. I can't be see this again. There's like Lil Wayne going into more like I mean it's great in my opinion. All right, so we have the last two tracks. So Less Than Zero is the new track, and then track 16 is Phantom Regret by Jim. So I'm assuming this next song, Less Than Zero, is like the last song with Abel on. Then I'm assuming the last track is just like a spoken word thing by Jim Carrey. I'm just assuming. So let's just get right into it. Track 15, Less Than Zero. We're almost done with this album. Here we go. The synth work on this is
Remember I was a hero.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't save you from my darkest dreams. less than zero.
The guitar.
You tried your best with me, I know.
Oh, that guitar was gorgeous sounding. Okay. Wow. That was... I love that. To get into it lyrically, here we go. Okay. Remember, I was your hero. Yeah, I'd wear your hat like a symbol. Our heart, sorry. Like a symbol. I couldn't save you from my darkest truth of all. I know I'll always be less than zero. Oh yeah, you tried your best with me. I know I couldn't face you with my darkest truth of all. Oh, but because I can't get it out of my head. No, I can't shake this feeling that crawls in my bed. I try to hide it, but I know you know me. I try to fight it, but I'd rather be free. Oh, that's really, really well written and catchy. Oh yeah, can we meet in the middle? Oh yeah, because you were just like me before. Now you'd rather leave me than to watch me die in your arms. But I can't get out of my head. No, I can't just crawls in my bed. I try to hide it, but I know you know me. I try to fight it, but I'd rather be free. Again, like, yeah, always lessons. You tried your best with me. I know. Wow. I mean... Again, like, you know, this whole album is really interesting because he's recontextualizing these very, like, vintage sounding, like, 70s and 80s type pop music and these, like, like synthwave or, disco music or techno music or electronic music in general. And just the way he's contextualizing into his own style is always been fascinating to me. And this one, he's, like, really, really honing in on it. And again, just, like, lyrically, really just sad and just like I'll always be less than zero, just like this no like confident, it's like not like confident anymore, or just kind of just like has given up on just like getting better, or just like I'll always be like less than zero, like I'm not like worth your time, or I'm not worth anything. You tried to best me, but I couldn't face you with my darkest truth all. Like you couldn't own up to her or this person or be vulnerable because I can't get out of my head. No, I can't just when the crawls in my bed. I try to hide it, but I know you know me. I try to fight it, but I'd rather be free. So just like this like sadness that just like is so like overwhelming, and it just like again like you're trying to fight it, but like you can't escape it. Dang, like that is very, very just like powerful and just so sad. And it's interesting because the song's so upbeat, and the production, the synthwave, and like the grandness of it is just so massive. That's a great song. I'm interested in this last track, Things Are Good by Jim, to see how this album wraps up, because this album is ending in like a very just like kind of like somber way, it seems like, at least with this track. So let's just get right into it. Phantom Regret by Jim, the one and only Jim Carrey. Okay.
You're tuned to Dawn FM, the middle of nowhere on your dial. So sit back and unpack. You may be here a while, with the pains living on when your body's long gone. Your phantom regret hasn't let it go yet. You may not have died in the way that you must.
That's great.
All specters are haunted by their own lack of trust. And heaven is closer than those tears on your face. When the purple rain falls, we're all bathed in its grace. Heaven's for those who let go of regret. And you have to wait here when you're not all there yet. But you could be there by the end of this song, where the weekend's so good and he plays all week long. Bang it gone, get it on. And if your broken heart's heavy when you step on the scale, you'll be lighter than air when they pull back the veil. Consider the flowers, they don't try to look right. They just open their petals and turn to the light. Are you listening real close? Heaven's not that.
I have literal chills.
It's the depth of this moment. You don't reach for bliss. God knows life is chaos, but he made one thing true. You gotta unwind your mind between your
That made me emotional. Wow. That legit made me like almost cry. Wow. Before we talk about the album overall, just to get into this last track, Fantorget by Jim. Wow. I mean, just lyrically and just like poetically, it is and metaphorically, it is absolutely brilliant and genius. Like, and if you're just to skip forward, and if your broken heart's heavy when you step on the scale, you'll be lighter than air when they pull back the veil. Consider the flowers; they don't try to look right. They just open their petals and turn to the light. Why the fuck is this making me cry? I don't know. It's just like, it's been a really hard, like, last few months of my life, and just like, I've just like, I don't know. I just get entirely what like this album is trying to go for, and just like, you know, knowing what like Jim Carrey has been through in his life in the last like, you know, few years, just like, just like, and, you know, like how he's, you know, talked about, you know, like finding himself again, and just like wellness, and just like self-love and self-care. It's just like, are you listening real close? Heaven's not that, it's this, it's the depth of this moment. We don't reach for bliss. God knows life is chaos, but he made one thing true. You got to unwind your mind, train your soul to align, and dance till you find that divine boogaloo. In other words, you got to be heaven to see heaven. May peace be with you. Wow. Fuck. Wow, I wasn't expecting. Wow. That's a really beautiful outro. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I really love that. Because like, the only way you can really like escape darkness and become more happy with yourself and just love yourself more is like just living in the moment and loving what you have in this moment, and, you know, taking it one day at a time, and just like looking to the light, and like knowing like just, wow. I don't know, I find it like comforting, honestly I do, just because like that's how you find peace, you know. And just the whole idea of like dying with regret, and like, you know, having like that phantom regret is so powerful, you know, because so many people, you know, die in this life having so many unspoken truths, or unspoken memories, or just like holding on to grudges, or just feelings, and just not laying it out there, or like telling people and like that they love it, just stuff, all this stuff like that. And just, wow, I love this album. I know it may seem like I wasn't as like hyper as I was for say like After Hours, but like I love this album. This lyrically is absolutely phenomenal. It is so personal and so vulnerable, and just, it understands trying to escape the darkness of your life, but like how you can get drawn back into it so perfectly. Because I'm happy this album isn't like, oh, okay, so like, you know, my life is, you know, so problematic, or like I have so many problems going on, there's all this and that, and like I'm gonna get better and look to the light, and all things are better, and, you know, there's no like, no, that's not how this works. That's how life works. That many road bumps are in the way, and like the way that The Weeknd goes through this album and like explores all those themes, and yes, he uses it with his typical like, you know, romantic situations, of course, or like, you know, sometimes being like braggadocious about things, but like that makes it so authentic to me. You know, and then when you bring in the absolutely beautiful spoken word pieces like Quincy Jones and Jim Carrey, and, you know, even The Weeknd does some spoken word at points, like, it's a really moving album. And like, I don't know, I just like, this is a really, really great album, and just
You know, there's a lot to unpack with it. And I mean, production wise also is beautiful, and just like the way it's so overwhelming with its synths, and just like it's so like grand with its presentation. It's so fantastic. Yeah, I mean, I would try to wrap up my thoughts on more of the feelings, but I'm just so like emotional right now. I can't wait to listen to this again, and just like discover more, and just, you know, take more, because, you know, like I don't, you know, I've never been someone who feels like with music, you know, on like a first listen to some things that, you know, I fully am gonna get it. You know, this is like an album that like I'm gonna discover more things and connect more things together. But, you know, just like the journey, this album's like a journey, you know, and I know that, like, you know, able to describe it, but it's like, it is like a journey, you know, and it's an album that faces directly insecurities and sadness and death and just all this stuff, but like to find the light, that's what you have to do. You have to face it and to find the light, you know. It's fantastic. I love this album, and I hope you all loved it too. And I'd like to thank everyone who watched this reaction. And I love this album cover now. I just gotta say, listen to this album. I love this album cover. Just because like the way it ends, like it, you know, I've read a lot of like theories on Reddit about like what the album cover means. Like after listening to this album, like I agree with a lot of them. Just like the way like it explores death and just, you know, regret and all that stuff. I'm sorry if I don't have as much like comprehensive thoughts to say at this right now, but again, it's just like my first initial thoughts. Production wise, just the synth work was gorgeous. The drums had such like a kick to them, and like just the like, oh my god, just like the sonic flares they have, and just the Weeknd vocally. He's so good, and just like the way that he like pushes himself vocally on this and to do different things, it's just so great. And just, you know, have spoken word stuff, and this is this is definitely his most ambitious project. It's so good to, you know, I know some people like me like, oh, he's just, you know, he's still like, you know, he's really honing on the 80s thing now, and, you know, it's like, you know, we've heard him do that, but like, okay, you know, I get that, but it's like to hone in on it this much while still being so conceptual about it in his own way is very impressive. Yeah, I love this man's music, and I love this album. So those are my thoughts. Again, thank everyone who watched this reaction. I mean, I love doing these videos, and have people enjoy them. So with that, I will leave it at that. If people want to talk about their thoughts on the album down below, please feel free. I'd love to talk about this album with y'all. And yeah, and I hope to see y'all soon. And this has been quite the ride, quite the journey to this album. And I needed an album like this to start the year. You know, it's been hard. And this is the message that this album leaves me with, and the feeling is the feeling I need right now. So yeah, I'm happy it's here. So with that, I love you all, and stay safe and stay healthy, and take care, and God bless. So yeah, woo!